Hello, hello! Welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Red version for the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, which actually is next year. And last time we got 2 new Pokemon that, under my rule set of we're not allowed to catch anything, we're only allowed to take Pokemon that are freely given or freely available. We got a Hitmonlee and a Jolteon. And we need to find a way to get a Sylph Scope so that we can see the ghosts in the Lavender Tower. Okay, we got a prize exchange and a racket game corner, a playground for grown-ups, they say. I don't think I've ever actually used the item guard spec. I think that sign was wrong, technically, too. What the hell is this place? Oh. I don't think I've ever been in here in any playthrough. Also, sorry if I sniffle a lot. I'm not sick, but my sinuses are just acting up like crazy because of all this stupid cold weather. Don't touch the poster at the game corner. There's no secret switch behind it. That seems suspicious. 2,000 Pokemon shipped to slot prizes. Yeah, basement under the game corner. Oh. Oh. Hey, look, this looks like the guy that tells us we're a champ in the making. Oh, he's going straight, huh? What was he going before? Okay, well, if the coin case is the key item, we can now go into the adult playground store, which is the game corner, and gamble. That's right, viewer, it was nothing fun, it was just gambling. And in here, once you have the coin case, I always thought as a kid you just had to go buy the coins, but apparently if you talk to these people after you have the coin case, they shoo you away. And they just give you all sorts of coins. And on some of the squares in here, if you just look, press the A button. Oh, I guess that guy who lost it all wasn't. Maybe he's his twin brother. Oh, okay. So he's not in the grass-type gym for some reason, because he's, I guess, addicted to gambling. There we go. Yeah, there's several squares around here where you can just find loose coins. But you can't pick them up or find them until you have the coin case. Yep, it sure is. Okay, so as far as I know, each row for gambling here has like different odds, and some of them have like better or worse odds. And I don't know which one's the best, but if you like to gamble, you can come in here and gamble your heart out. I'm sure there's some sort of run or challenge where you gamble like crazy and just use like gambled Pokemon that you can buy with the coins if you get enough coins. But personally, I've never been very good at slots or gambling, and I'm not a very lucky person, in my opinion. In fact, my wife and I own 2 black cats, and I constantly joke about how I'm so unlucky that I married a woman with black cats so that I could underflow my luck and glitch myself into being lucky. And so far it has not worked, but, you know, whatever. I guess I am lucky enough to have a wife. Not every guy gets that. Hell, until they buried the statistic a few years back, you could, and I say a few years, it was like 2015, I think, when you could still find it. But there was data on involuntary celibate men as like a long-term study. What it found is, over the course of history, over 1/4 of all men just never get a romantic partner, ever, in their entire life. And for women, it was like 12% of women never get a romantic partner their whole life. And for women, though, it's actually almost never involuntary. It's usually by choice that they don't get a partner. And that's just the world we live in. That's the uncomfortable truth. Okay, I think that's enough gambling for now. We tried gambling on several different machines. I don't know much about it. You can buy coins up here from one of these people if there are prizes, because there's like TMs and stuff you can buy with coins. But there's also Pokemon you can buy with coins. But it's 1,000 Pokedollars for 50 coins. So we have 52,000 Pokedollars. We could get 52 sets of 50. So what is that? 50 times 50 would be 2,500 coins. That's not even enough for like some of the best, like the Pokemon you'd actually care about. So we're not going to be really too interested in that. Plus, you know, we can't take any of the Pokemon from it because they're not freely available. But hey, another place with Team Rocket. Clearly, we gotta take Team Rocket out. They're evil. We gotta stop evil. Oh, level 20 Eradicate. How about that? You could actually damage my my Jolteon, maybe. Never mind. Haha. Maybe we can just body slam this Zubat to death. Oh, almost. It's always fun to stop the bad guys, but as you get older, you start to realize that the entire reason the Team Rocket plotline is in this game is, you know, one, it gives it kind of a little bit of a side story, because it's like the B plot to you doing your Pokemon adventure where you're supposed to be filling up the Pokedex and beating all the trainers. But since you're forced to fight in this game, like I've said before, the Team Rocket segment, it basically serves as mandatory grinding. That's not what its actual purpose is. Its actual purpose is to strengthen your team by giving you like an extra, I don't know, like, I'll say 100 trainer battles, more or less. Because the Team Rocket Pokemon, even in Gen 1, most of them are just not strong. Like, I mean, if you think about it, from a certain perspective, they are strong, because these rando Team Rocket members, their Pokemon are as high as Misty's Starmie, level 21. Of course, we're stronger than them, because we're a trainer that's beaten multiple gyms. But I guess if you were just a regular trainer out there, especially ones from like Pewter and Viridian and Cerulean cities, all these Team Rocket guys would actually be stronger than you and able to beat you with relative ease. Like that Raticate right there could just beat Misty. You could just use Hyper Fang on each of her Pokemon twice. She'd probably lose. It's weird to think about that, right? Like some of these Rocket Grunts actually could even With a few more Raticates of this level, they could take out Lieutenant Surge. Hell, that one rocket we fought that had the Machop and the Drowsy in Cerulean City, those were like level, what, like 18? He could have stood a good chance against Misty, even back then. And... well, we'll never need an escape rope. Let's throw that away. I'd save it to sell, but it's just not worth the inventory slot. In this very space-limited Gen 1 inventory. But yeah, when you think about it from that perspective, Team Rocket actually does... you know, like, you can see how they seem incompetent to you because you're like a child prodigy trainer. Oh hey, this guy's talking about the Sylph Scope. How about that? This must be where we get it. And it's the only place we could go other than the Celadon Gem, which I have no intention of going to yet. Yeah, I think they kind of overbalance the Rockets, though, when they have more than 2 Pokemon. Because it's very common for them to have, you know, between, like, 1 to 4 Pokemon. I don't think I've ever seen a Grunt with 5. But if they do have, like, 4 more Pokemon, the levels on them get drastically dropped. Oh, this guy's got 5. What am I talking about? I can't count. Yeah, the levels on them, though, they get drastically dropped. And, it's all the more proof that, you know, this is just... it's grinding for the player, right? Disguised as a side story. It's like, here, have a bunch of relatively easy-to-beat Pokemon from guys that it's okay to hate because they're evil, and yeah, enjoy stomping them into the ground. And I do. I do enjoy stomping Team Rocket. Although I think I enjoy stomping them more in Generation 2, where they get their own unique battle theme, and it fucking slaps. Like, the Rocket theme from Gen 2 is just... it's amazing. I'm probably gonna do a Gen 2 playthrough after this. Maybe with the same rule set, maybe not. No, there's 4 floors. Oh no, whatever will we do? Whoa. I'd be so fucking dizzy in real life if I had to spin that much. Oh my god. I used to enjoy getting dizzy as a kid, but as an adult, if I ever get dizzy, regardless of what caused it, like, I start to get nauseous, and I just can't handle it. Like, my head spins and everything. And my nose is bothering me severely. Oh my god. I can't wait till this cold weather is done. My sinuses are bad enough that I have these issues in summertime too, but it's also partially because I'm mildly overweight, like most people. But let's see, where do we go? I think there's more items if we go over to the left. Yeah, give me that item. But the one thing I do like about Rocket Hideouts as dungeons is that there's no random encounters. It's all just... it's literally all just, battles with rockets over and over again. Which means you get to hear this dope hideout theme. This hideout theme is one of the better Gen 1 musical themes, honestly. In fact, one could argue that they wanted you to hear this theme the most because they put in this very time-intensive puzzle that deliberately slows your movement. You can write a YouTube video essay about anything. Oh, come here. Part of me wonders if the Team Rocket side story was actually how they intended for you to do a lot of your Pokemon battling. Like, if regular trainers weren't as common in like the original draft of the game or something, because, you know, a person getting an alert exclamation point when they see you and then wanting to fight, that makes a lot of sense if it's like, you know, a criminal lookout who's trying to stop interlopers. But, you know, when it's like a little kid that's like, I love bug Pokemon and worms and butterflies and chrysalises, and he sees you and he gets like the same sort of reaction, like this intense like excitement slash like, you know, startled alertness, like, oh my god, another kid with Pokemon, I have to fight him to the death. Like, you know, it seems a little bit ridiculous that that is the way of life in the Pokemon universe. Like, when the trainer locks eyes with you, you have to battle. There's no running away. You know, like it seems like they made the Rocket side story first, where you have to fight the Rockets because they are trying to stop you from messing with their criminal organization, and they intend to harm you as a person. You know, versus like little Jimmy with his Caterpies. Like, but maybe I'm thinking too hard about this. Maybe I need to just go out and slay a few beasts. You know, it's for my own good. Dadgummit. Jolteon's physical attack really does suck. Which, I mean, that makes him balanced, so it's good. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. Yeah, something I used to do a lot back in the day is I used to catch a Bellsprout. And I don't remember if that was in blue or if it's red. Because some of the Pokemon are version exclusive to encourage trading. Which obviously, if you have no friends or the inability to trade, then you can't take advantage of that feature. But obviously, you could still buy both Pokemon games to enjoy all of the Pokemon. But, oh god, excuse me, I'm sorry. Not a pleasant day for my sinuses. But yeah, I used to catch a Bellsprout, and I would try to get it to evolve into Weepinbell by the time I got to this point in the game. And I don't know what was so enjoyable about it to me, but I always enjoyed using a Weepinbell that was like of equal level or thereabouts, because that level 21 is around the time that it evolves from Bellsprout into Weepinbell. And then I would use Weepinbell with lemonades, specifically lemonades bought from the top of the Celadon department store. Oh, Thundershock. Yeah, you know what? We're fast enough. We don't really need Quick Attack. We've got Body Slam to cover when an enemy is not vulnerable to a Thunder move. And the Thundershock will play both off of our type and our high special stat, so we want that. Hot dog. We need the lift key. Okay. TM10. What's TM10? Double Edge. Oh, that's a really strong move, but it comes with recoil damage. It's not completely useless. I'm trying to think if we should save it for later or not. Yeah, well... let's see, what Pokemon are we going to get later? Yeah, screw it. I'll just teach it to the foot. I don't care. He needs another move. In case double kick isn't doing it for him. I mean, he's going to learn a bunch more kick moves as he levels. But it might be a little bit before I get him leveled. Ooh, another rare candy. That's going to come in handy. I wonder how one gets obsessed with making like mandatory arrow puzzles. They're like a staple in a lot of RPGs. And often feature in rooms with like ice as well. Like you don't see the arrows when it's usually an ice puzzle, but it's like if you step on the ice, then you'll continue moving in the same, you know, without being able to change course in the same direction that you stepped on the ice to. And it's just like, oh, this is, you know, another arrow puzzle where I don't have, you know, I have to follow the arrows. Eradicate! Woo! Can we one-shot Eradicate with Thundershock now? Are we a high enough level for that? Is our special stat so high that we're... oh, it's not quite that high. Well, you know, whatever. 2 Thundershocks, 1 Thundershock. Thundershock's got a lot of PP. Drowsy. Oh. Yeah, what was I saying? I was talking about the Weeping Bell, right? Basically, I grind the Weeping Bell on all these rockets and get it up into like the mid-upper 20s. And I feel so clever because I'd be doing things like using Sleep Powder and Wrap and like Razor Leaf and all that nonsense. And then I'd go to the Celadon Gym, beat the Celadon Gym, and get the... I think Erica gives you Mega Drain in Gen 1 because I don't think Giga Drain exists yet. And I teach Mega Drain to my... maybe I did that before the Game Corner in the past. Either way, I'd get Mega Drain on it, then I'd use a Leaf Stone, because I'm pretty sure it's a Leaf Stone evolution, at level 30, and turn it into Victory Bell. And then I'd use Victory Bell, and I'd be like, what's the point of ever getting a Venusaur? Of course, then I would do Venusaur playthroughs anyway, because I like all 3 of the starters a lot in Kanto. Although Charizard's my absolute favorite, I think, technically, I actually like Venusaur second best. And then Blastoise is my least favorite, but he's still favorite, so it's kind of like, eh, you know. Oh no, I dropped the lift key, yeah. Now this is an odd segment. Like, if you don't talk to him after you beat him, I don't think he actually drops the item. Although he might, but... goodness, excuse me. Now that we've gotten the lift key, I believe we have to go back up to the next, or to that first arrow puzzle. That's where we can actually get into the lift. Because I don't think we can go to the like top floor here and then, because I think there was a gate right? Yeah, and we can't open the gate. The gate won't open until we beat the rocket on the other side of it, which... This is how they actually make you do the arrow puzzles twice. I guess if we wanted to be as fast as possible, we would have just gone straight down and gotten the lift key right away. And then we would have done this arrow puzzle, which is the larger, more complicated arrow puzzle. But, I wasn't thinking too hard about getting through this fast. I've never been much of a speedrunner. In fact, the first time I encountered someone that cared about how fast they were able to beat a game was my older brother. Not to be confused with my oldest brother, but my older brother. We had this RPG that we all really liked called Skies of Arcadia that first came out on the Sega Dreamcast in like the year, I want to say 2000, might have been 1999. Either way, it was an RPG that was ahead of its time graphically, and was just a very, very enjoyable game. And for whatever reason, my older brother liked it so much that he was like, I'm better than you, or our other brother at it, and I've got the most discoveries, and I found them first, yada yada yada. And once he was confident that he'd found everything in the game, and he hadn't, by the way, but this was before we really knew about like game facts or being able to look stuff up online, even though the early websites were available to that if you were in the know. But of course, not all of the guides were written because people actually, had to write the guide and then upload it. But he actually hadn't found everything in Skies of Arcadia, but he was like confident that he knew everything about the game and that he'd found everything. And so he was just like, I'm gonna see how fast I can beat it. And it's a relatively, I guess, like medium-length RPG for that era of time. It was just before the PS2 hit, and they started making RPGs that were like easily spanning into like the 80-hour, like sprawl of like side quests and minigames and shit. Because they're like, oh, we no longer have any stipulations on length, so they just make games as long as fucking possible. But Skies of Arcadia was like just before that, and there was a lot to do. So there's a lot you could get lost in. The beauty of your evil, huh? I don't think evil's beautiful. What? Get out of here with that nonsense. I don't even agree with your premise. But yeah, so like there's a lot to do in Skies of Arcadia. Like, you'd fly around and you have a compass, and if you were near a hidden discovery or whatever, the compass would start spinning wildly. And ouch. So, not knowing where all that was, you might fly around just seeing if your compass would spin in a lot of places. And then eventually, like, at the halfway point of the game, or maybe it's like the 2/3 point way of the game, you go through this place called the Dark Rift, and you wind up in what's essentially a fantasy version of Japan. And, oh hey, this guy was out in Mount Moon, and we apparently ruined their plans. We're thwarting their plans. Ah, more Sandrews. My electricity won't affect them. We might have to swap Pokemon. Youch. Okay. Well, surely the foot will be able to take it on. Hitmonlee from the back in this gen just looks like a giant Diglett. Don't miss. Come on, you got sand attacked once. Stop missing! What in the world? Jesus Christ, just kick the damn Sandshrew. Okay, we can go back to the Jolteon. Jesus Christ. Not a good first showing for our Hitmonlee. Ah, dear God. Okay, well... we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure that Sand Slash... Hitmonlee's defense is not high, and that Sand Slash can just kill him. But we'll see if his attack is high enough to where, like, he lucks out or something. Alright, Sand attack failed. Excellent. Good job. Good job. That's more like it. Jesus. Now, I didn't use any fire moves. Yeah, I hate guys who, I hate Team Rocket when they're in Gen 1 and not having their cool theme. You could be having your cool theme right now and you're not having it, so... Let's see, let's use the iron on Hitmonlee because he probably needs it. Just gonna use these super potions all the way up since they're becoming obsolete. Lemonade's the way to go. On HP per Pokédollar spent, I'm pretty sure Lemonade is the most cost-effective because it's 350 Pokédollars for a single Lemonade. Each Lemonade heals 80 HP, so it's 160 HP per 700 Pokédollars, and it's 240 per 1050. Hyper Potions heal 200 HP for 1200 Pokédollars. They're like the next most cost-effective. But, yeah, Lemonade is where it's at. Yeah, we're gonna try to beat this guy, assuming he wants to fight us. So, I must say, I'm impressed you got here. Oh. And it's the one, the only, the absolute Chad, Giovanni. He's got an Onyx. Oh no! It's level 25. He could kick Brock's ass. No, not bind. I swear to God, if you actually bind me for 5 turns in a row, I'm gonna be upset. Okay. Yeah, bind goes for 2 to 5 turns, just like every other move that does that. Which, in Gen 1, that's Bind, Wrap, and I think Fire Spin are the only ones. Ooh, that was a nice crit. Yeah, Giovanni likes to use ground types. Although Kangaskhan is a normal type, so I don't know why Kangaskhan is on his team, but... There are theories that Kangaskhan, because it's got the baby in its pouch, was originally intended to be like a second evolution for the Cubone line. I guess it would go Cubone, Marowak, Kangaskhan. But the way it came out in the end was Kangaskhan. They just made it a normal type and it's its own thing, and it's like a monstrous sort of ogre fused with kangaroo. Alright, level 31. Good job, the foot. I see that you raise Pokemon with utmost care. A child like you would never understand what I hope to achieve. I shall step aside this time. I hope we meet again. Jack found Silphscope. Okay. Oh. Now we just get the hell out of here. Although, I don't think we actually have to use this shortcut to leave. We could actually just technically do this. Which is why we'll never need escape ropes. Yeehaw! Escape ropes are actually useless! At least after you get dig! Woohoo! Although, actually, escape ropes take you back just, I think, straight to the entrance of the dungeon you are in. So if you just wanted specifically to go there, that would be useful, I guess. Now let's see. Let's go back to training. Well, no, we're going to need him for the tower, so... yeah, we'll stick with the foot for now. And we could cut through Saffron, but let's just use the underground tunnel because there was all those trainers we left behind, you know, that we purposely didn't get into their battles with because they would not have stood a chance against our Charizard. But now that we've got a Hitmonlee who has some amount of fragility to him, we can be a little... You look good at Pokemon, but how's your chem? Well, my chem's not really that great. I mean, I wasn't ever that bad at it. I was pretty good at it in high school, and then I was really good at it in Naval Nuclear Power School, but it was just mostly rote memorization, so, like, wasn't like I was doing anything fancy to be good at it. My wife, though, is actually, she is a chemist. She's a stability chemist, and, she knows how to do things. Basically, we're going to use Double Edge with the foot anytime a fighting move is going to be not effective, like against Poison, Bug, Psychic, etc. Although, if we can help it, we're not going to fight Psychic Pokemon with them because, in general, in Gen 1, most Psychic Pokemon... No, well, there's like, what, like 5 or 6 Psychic Pokemon? There's... The Abra line is one, so any of those... You know, Kadabra or Alakazam. There's Mr. Mime, the Drowsy line, which is, you know, Drowsy or Hypno, that's 3. Then there's Mewtwo is 5. There's Executor, which is, or Execute, which is Grass Psychic, which is double bad for fighting the hit. Let's see. There's a bunch of Pokemon learn psychic moves or are capable of learning psychic moves. Let's see. Oh, there's Jinx. Jinx is Ice Psychic, which we could use. We could use fighting moves against Jinx, and they'd be normal effective because of her Ice path. Let's see. Lady Luck's not with me today. Well, that's because I own Lady Luck. She is my slut. And any gambler that she gets on with is just someone that I'm letting her Queen of Spades for. But, let's see. Trying to remember other psychic types, if there's any that I forgot about in Gen 1. It's like, Gengar can learn Psychic, but he's Ghost. Butterfree can learn Confusion and Psychic, but he's Bug Flying, which... Bug Flying would be double bad to hit with a fighting move, so Double Edge would get used on like a Butterfree. I think that's it though. I don't think there's that... Maybe I should just like look up a list. Yeah, I can go to the list and be like Psychic Pokemon Gen 1. Oh, I'm forgetting Psyduck Golduck, aren't I? yeah, Slowpoke. Is Water Psychic. Yeah, there's actually a surprising amount of... Oh, Starmie's Water Psychic, yeah. There's a surprising amount of Psychic Pokemon in Gen 1. I guess I had forgotten. But I think I've listed them all now. Bam! Not Nidorina. Oh, dang. Oh, good. You had the opportunity to kill me, and you chose not to. Rolling Kick. Alright. Rolling Kick is like a 60 power move, so it's not really that much stronger than Double Kick, because Double Kick is 30 times 2. But I think its crits calculate a little bit higher, and I think it has a chance to make the enemy flinch. And so Rolling Kick can actually be used to trap an opponent, I guess, in like a flinch. Like keep making them flinch and they won't be able to do anything sort of method. I find it interesting though that the flying type half, like Pidgey is flying / normal, and fighting is super effective against normal types, but for whatever reason in Gen 1 the flying just takes precedence and fighting moves are considered not very effective. It makes me wonder if the normal typing shown on Pidgey is actually like dummied out, like it's just there. It was there as a space holder or something. Because like they made Pidgey so early in development, they didn't know how to implement flying type by itself or something. I don't know. But it also could just be a glitch. Because some other typings are like glitched or different in Gen 1. Like how bugs are supposed to be weak to poison, but in Gen 1 poison is also weak to bugs. And as my viewer Colby pointed out, Colby Draws, the bug type moves do exist. They just are very weak and or locked to very specific Pokemon, and or both. Oh, well that's wasted XP. Yeah, if you double faint, if you take a Pokemon with you, you don't get any XP. It's sad, but it happens. It's my own fault for using Double Edge at such low HP value. Level 33, and our Jolteon's already broken 100 special. Delicious. Alright. Okay, cool. Excuse me. I thought my cough was all the way gone, because I stopped being sick like a few weeks ago now. But every now and then it just flares up. I'm wondering if that's just going to be a part of being sick now from now on for me. Hey look, because of the Sylph Scope, it just has to be in our inventory. We don't even have to use it as an item. We can now see ghosts. Which means we can now catch ghosts, if we were allowed to catch anything. Oh my god. If the encounters in here start to get too numerous, I'm going to use one of those super repels. Yeah, I think the ghost-type Pokemon in Gen 1, I think there's only 3. I think it's just Ghastly, Honor, and Gengar. I don't think anything else has ghost typing available to it. And it's kind of in a good spot because it's technically ghost slash poison. So it's not even a pure ghost type. So it's still weak to psychic, which is stupid. I don't know why they made it half poison. I guess it's a balancing factor. But more or less, the idea behind ghost Pokemon is they are immune to normal and fighting type moves. So with normal and fighting type moves, you can't hit them. And I think they also probably briefly considered making it immune to any Pokemon move that works off of the attack stat rather than the special stat. Because the ghost Pokemon, Ghastly, its line has really high speed and really high special. And then the idea would be that, this is the Pokemon type that, physical Pokemon cannot deal with at all. But I guess they just opted out of that because the majority of the moves in Gen 1 are normal type anyway. So I guess they figured it was good enough. Oh, hey, a wild Cubone. Now, interestingly, Cubone is ground type, not ghost type or anything. And I think this is the only place to get him in the game. And the ground types are super effective against ghost types because of that half poison. And in Gen 1, the ghost types were not given Levitate as an ability, because abilities do not exist yet. And so they wind up being super fragile to, Dig or Earthquake. But yeah, I think the original intent for them was you had to use, Thunder, Grass, Water, Fire, Ice, Psychic, Ghost, or Dragon type moves in order to hit them. Because I'm pretty sure a Dragon type move plays off special, but it's hard to tell because in Gen 1, the only Dragon type move is Dragon Rage, which does a static amount of damage. In Gen 3, they did make a ghost Pokemon that had an ability called Wonder Guard, the Shedinja. And he can only be damaged by moves that are super effective against him, which he's Bug slash Ghost, so that's Fire, Ghost, I want to say Poison, but the Ghost type might make that not super effective. But the Wonder Guard isn't as good as you would think because he's only got 1 HP, and he's susceptible to status ailment moves or other moves that do damage indirectly. Like there's a move where you like lay out spikes in Gen 3. Can't remember what it's called. But basically when you switch out to the next Pokemon, they take a slight amount of damage. And basically if you lay that down at the start of a Pokemon battle, for most Pokemon it's a minor inconvenience that barely matters. But for a Pokemon with Wonder Guard, it just kills them. Like the Shedinja is the only one that has Wonder Guard in the entire game. He's only allowed to have 1 HP. He can't increase his HP stat at all. And so he winds up, he looks really good on his face, because it's like, oh, he can't even be touched. But his like moveset that he can learn even with TMs is not that great. But it's kind of neat, like, they came out with new types, and they didn't implement dual typing in all of them equally for a long time. I don't think it was until Gen 4 where they finally mixed a Ghost type with Dark type, which Dark type gets introduced in Gen 2. And a Ghost/Dark type Pokemon. Wait, no, I guess there was Sableye. Yeah, there was Sableye in Gen 3, he just wasn't strong. But they introduced Spiritomb that looks basically like a Ghastly got mixed with a lava lamp. And Dark/Ghost has before the Fairy type came out, no weaknesses. Of course, the Spiritomb doesn't have that high stats. Neither does the Sableye. So, like, is it really worth it? No, not really. It's just like one of those fun things. It's like... It's fun to say you have a Pokemon that has no weaknesses. And I guess if you had the right moveset for it, you could really play around that and be like, well, they can't do ×2 damage to me, so they need, you know, even higher stats to one-shot me. If they can't one-shot me, then I can do this setup that will affect me and the rest of my team. And it could probably be really, really good in the right hands, but I've never had interest in having one. And I also believe, as far as the player goes, it's one of those Pokemon you can't get till the post-game. Oh, white magic, you say? Oh, Nightshade. That's a Ghost-type move. But like Seismic Toss and Dragon Rage and Sonic Boom, it does a flat amount of damage. And it is really like Seismic Toss because it does damage equal to the user's level. So the most damage it could ever do was 100. Which is pretty good if you actually got a Ghost to level 100 with it. But it's not as much damage as you could do with, you know, other moves that you built if you were to grind that high. Anyway, so like, not really that good. Really, that sort of move is just to get around like defense ups and special ups, where like the damage you do is reduced by a stat increasing move. And that sort of move is mostly fallen out of favor as far as I can tell. I don't think I've ever heard of a competitive setup that makes use of like Seismic Toss or Nightshade. Probably wrong though. Level 35. Oh yeah. You guys need some better training. Oh wow, Wild Haunter. Look at that. You can just free fall it and catch a Haunter. Trait evolutions are so dumb. Give me blood! Okay, okay. Give me more training for my Jolteon. I also still think that moves that do a set amount of damage, if they're super effective, if their typing is super effective, they really should have designed it so that they do double, double the set damage, right? Like, if Dragon Rage were allowed to do 80 damage to Dragon-type Pokemon, like, how bad would that be, you know? Or if Seismic Toss was allowed to do, your level times 2 to stuff that it's fighting super effective against, how bad would that be, right? And obviously, you could have it cut in half for the stuff it's not super effective against, like... Oh no! My Jolteon got smoked. I guess we'll have to use Charizard. Sad day. It's actually kind of bad, because he's only got 25 total PP that he can use against ghosts. And we've got at least this floor, maybe another floor to go. X Accuracy, a move that I have no use for. Or, well, an item I have no use for. Oh, come on. I just want to get through the tower before the hour. We're not going to get through the tower before the hour. Have any of these ladies been possessed by an actual haunter, or has it all been ghastly? She doesn't even know what's going on. Shazam! Earthquake! Running out of things to talk about. Jack defeated the champ there. Oh, another rare candy. That's gonna be useful. Oh, another Cubone. How about that? New flamethrower, who dis? Oh, here we go. This next Pokemon that we're gonna encounter, if we don't get into a random battle, is what actually would cause you to turn back if we had actually come this far last time. Be gone, intruders! Oh no, the Silphscope unveiled the ghost's identity. Dun, 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 dun. And now it is a Marowak. And it's level 30. And excuse me. Oh my god. Please. Stop burping. I'm recording, body. But, you can't catch this Marowak. Because it's technically the ghost. A ghost. And if you throw a Pokeball at it, it'll be like, Pokemon refuse to be caught. You cannot catch this Pokemon. But as far as typing goes, even though it was literally a ghost that we had to identify, it's still ground typing, so you can just beat the shit out of it as if it were real. To be honest, it bothers me that you can't catch it. You might think, well, what if you had a Master Ball? And to be honest, I don't know. Because you can't get the Master Ball, as far as I am aware, before encountering it. But I have a feeling that even if you did throw the Master Ball at it, that the Master Ball would just get dodged. But maybe somebody with like a Game Shark knows. Oh hey look, more Team Rocket members. What do you want? Why are you here? Zubat is poison flying and it's like a perfect fight encounter. Oh my god, how many of you am I gonna have to double edge? Hey, don't you screech on me. That kind of thing gets you kicked. Well, hey, the rockets are actually walking away. Coffee describes meme. This damn cough that won't go away. Drowsy, oh, man. Fighting Pokemon for fighting Team Rocket in Gym 1 might not be the play. Pokemon are only good for making money. Stay out of our business. So he's essentially saying, stay out of Pokemon. You're not saving anyone, kid. So these guys have just been like trapped up here by that ghost for days with this old man who's like trying to calm the ghost down. And like what have they been eating? What have they been drinking? And why was the ghost at the stairs, like, making other people run away? Was it trying to kill the old man, trying to calm it down? Or just the rockets? Or, like, I don't know what's going on here. No, don't miss. Come on, the foot. I need you to hit. So you don't get killed by a Hyper Fang. Good, now you can kill yourself with Double Edge when you kill the Zubat. It'll be great. The foot grew to level 35. Oh, yeah. Huh? You came to save me? Thank you, but I came here of my own free will. I came to calm the soul of Cubon's mother. I think Marowak's spirit has gone to the afterlife. I must thank you for your kind concern. Follow me to my home, Pokemon House, at the foot of this tower. Swing. Okay. Tell me things. Jack, your Pokedex quest may fail without love for your Pokemon. I think this may help your quest. Jack receives a Pokeflute. Upon hearing Pokeflute, sleeping Pokemon will spring awake. It works on all sleeping Pokemon. So, obviously, what you're supposed to do with this flute is go use it on the fatty that is sleeping south of here. And that would thusly open you up to being able to go south to Fuchsia City. But you see, we have unfinished business because Team Rocket still owns Saffron City. But we've foiled all of Team Rocket's recent plans, so if they withdrew, maybe they're just ready to finally fight me in Saffron City. Dun, dun, dun. Hey, look at that. The Team Rocket guy fell asleep and fell to the side of the door of the Silphco building. So now we can actually go into the Silphco building. How about that? But first, we need to restock on lemonade because we're thirsty, boy. Now the only thing I don't like is we have to talk to the machine again and again to keep selecting lemonade. So even though it's the most cost-effective heal, it is not the most time-efficient heal that you can buy because it takes so much to just buy it. Oops, I didn't want to get fresh water. Whatever. Fresh water is 60 HP. Or 50 HP? Or something like that. Alright. And we could be giving to that little girl, but we're not in the giving mood right now. We will come back to give things to that little girl. I want you to buy my shit. Buy these antidotes. I don't think I... Well, no. We'll hold on to them just in case. Well, since we have the Pokeflute now, I think we can just use the Pokeflute in the middle of battle, so I don't think we need the Awakening items anymore. As long as we're willing to permanently have one less inventory. Oh, you can sell Moonstones for $0. How about that? Alright. We've got lemonades. Sweet lemonade, yeah, sweet lemonade. Sweet lemonade, yeah, sweet lemonade. Do 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 do. Look at my horse, it'll take you around the universe and all the other places too. I think you'll find that the universe pretty much covers everything. Shut up, woman, get on my horse. No, wait, actually, we want to go back in there. Because the Saffron building is sure to be full of items. And obviously, our bag in Gen 1 is just ridiculously small. So we're going to put away the coin case, the lift key that only works in the game corner hideout. And honestly, I don't think we need the Sylph Scope ever again if we're not going to go back to Lavender Tower. So we don't need the Sylph Scope. And we're going to put away this elixir too. Save that for later. And let's go over our TMs. Right, 11 is Bubble Beam, 19 is Seismic Toss. What's 7? Oh, we can sell that. Let's see, what's 2? We can also sell that. Those moves are terrible. Excuse me, I think I got the mic away in time. I sneezed. And I might sneeze again. Oh, sorry about that. I seem to have had a multi-sneezing fit, as I seem to like to do now. Hey, we've heard this music before. Well, let's just go all the way up, shall we? It's a big building. Clearly, the bad guy will be at the top. And no one's stopping us from just going up all the stairs. I'm one of the 4 Rocket Brothers. Oh, okay, the stairs are a little further away, and apparently there's 4 Rocket Brothers. How about that? Level 29, man, these must be the real McCoy as far as Team Rocket fighters go. Even better for our training. Alright. Doesn't matter, my brothers will repay the favor. What's down here? Oh, this building is kind of winding. Ooh, calcium. That increases the special stat. We'll give that to our Jolteon. Hehe. You mistook me for a sylph worker? No, I mistook you for a MILF worker. Don't you know you're beautiful, scientist? Let's try that rolling kick. Oh no. The foot is gonna get completely gobsmacked by... Oh, he lived. Okay, never mind. Alright, we didn't get poisoned. So he basically wasted his turn. It's amazing. Oh, now we're poisoned. Good thing I kept those antidotes. But man, we're starting to see fully evolved Pokemon. They're now higher level than the last gym we fought. And even if we had fought the Celadon gym, these Team Rocket people have... Stop whining, doggo. Yeah, these Team Rocket people have Pokemon as strong as the first 4 gyms. So, stronger than the first 4 gyms. And they're just grunts. Oh, you smell a little rat, you say? Well, I was just trying to go upstairs, but this floor put the stairs slightly further away, so I just had to stop here. Hell yeah, Hitmonlee. Hell yeah, Hitmonlee. Yeah, we'll switch. I think we're at the point where if it's a bad matchup, technically by typing for Hitmonlee, it'd probably be, if we have an even swap for him, like, you know, he just made somebody faint, and we can swap over to Jolteon. I love seeing my Pokemon absolutely cream Team Rocket. You won't find my boss just by scurrying around. Well, that's where you're wrong. Oh, hey, the stairs are closer. Hey, the stairs are closer. Hey, the stairs are closer. Here we are. Oh, okay, that guy looks important. There's a girl in there with like a retarded Godzilla poster. Halt, do you have an appointment with my boss? No, but I don't need one. Oh, he's got 5 Pokemon. Oh, but it's Rattata. Why is that not Eradicate? Why would a Team Rocket member not evolve this Pokemon? Ridiculous. Well, I guess they can't let this 5 Pokemon team be too strong for a Team Rocket run. All of our Pokemon now are at the level that the starters would all be in their final evolutions at. So we've got a 3-man team, but it's actually pretty strong now. The best part about it is I barely had to train the 2 Numit guys. I mean, they're getting all their training now, but... Oh, okay, so we can't just get over there. Seems like there's about 11 floors to this place, and it looks like we've got to use that sort of diamond pad, maybe, to get over there. But how will we get into the boss's room in Sylph Corporation? Well, you'll have to find out next time. Thanks for watching, stay safe, have a great day, and enjoy the 30th anniversary of Pokemon.